Hello there. Now, you may be thinking this isn't Poops Good, but yeah, this is Poops Good little brother. I've been in a few of his videos, but anyways, I've borrowed, well, yeah, kind of borrowed his computer just so I can show you guys something. And it's sort of a theory I have about Enderman. And you may be wondering why I have him down here. And I have a theory about Enderman that they are building an empire. And I can kind of give evidence to this. In a recent update, 1.11 I think, Endermen were added into the Nether. They are able to spawn inside the Nether. So if I go in, now I trapped one. Oh, and it's gone. Okay, but they do spawn in the Nether around here, around in several places. They are kind of rare, but I came up with a theory that they're building an empire. And the thing that supports my theory as well is the end, along with the Nether. How they're in the overworld, the end, and the Nether. Then the Nether is basically hell, and the end is basically heaven, which is but very bad heaven, like a very deadly heaven. And well, I came up with the theory that they are building an empire, and the new update added in end cities. After beating the Ender Dragon, and of course getting the egg and the portal back to home, there will be usually this on one side of the map. And if you go inside of it, you will teleport to another part of the end, which is here, in End City, with all these trees with the chorus flowers, and where you can get chorus fruit and stuff like that. Now this is here. They're usually here, and this is an End City. And they usually have ships, and well, this got me thinking. If this is a flying ship in the end, and basically they're Endermen and they can teleport, why would Endermen want to live in this? I mean, it may be the perfect size, and it may have stairs that they can climb, or ladders or whatever, but it has pretty decent loot. Like, it is advanced, like it is very advanced area or culture, and which makes ships fly, or helps ships fly. But I think the Endermen aren't actually native to the end. They came from some other world, took over this world, and terraformed it to their liking. Now, I do still think that the colors and everything were the same, like for the buildings, and, but they terraformed the area. Like, they made these trees pop up, and they made the end stone, which could have been grass or floating islands or something. And if you look at them, I mean, they even have the shulkers. Like, what are shulkers? Or what are the shulkers? Are they just a part of another Enderman species? But, but yeah, basically, these things, this whole thing here just makes me think that the Endermen basically invaded the end, took it over, and now it is their world. And, the Ender Dragon also proves it with their leader. Over here, with their leader, like the Ender Dragon is their leader, the queen or the king or whatever, since they don't really have genders. But, if you look here, why would an Enderman ship have an Ender Dragon head on the front of it? And that makes me think that these people used to, or like the people that used to live here before the Endermen, fought off the Endermen and many Endermen and a few Ender Dragons, and used them as trophies. Like they're at a constant battle. And this kind of shows that that is true. It shows that the end city is basically just an old world that the Endermen took over. And now that, and usually before the 1.11 update, they were just in the end. This didn't exist, like the end city didn't exist, but they were just in the end and the overworld. But in the end, this is their home, or this is their new home, I should say, and they took over the end cities. I don't know where they originally came from, but ever since the 1.11, the end cities were added, and caused me to think, like, are these are these like the actual Endermans, or did they take them over? And then, along with the 1.11, they started spawning in the Nether. And in the Nether, it's making me think, oh wow, they're spawning in everywhere. They're basically just a big threat. And they are. I mean, these things can literally kill you in an instant. If you're not well protected. If we go back into the Nether, maybe we can find one. We can tell that their heavy presence is in the end, which is their homeworld, or not homeworld, but their new home. And then in the overworld, where they are rare, but they're very few, every now and then. And then in the Nether, where it is very rare to find them. And now I'm thinking they're scouts. The Endermen that are in our world, in the overworld and in the Nether, are scouts. They're trying to figure out how they can take this place over, how they can destroy and kill the enemies of the worlds. And yet there are only few in the Nether. That means they could always send more. But of course, this is just a theory. Like, it could just be Notch or Mojang or whatever is just messing around, and they just want to add in a few Endermen and just make the big threat even bigger. But it made me think, the Endermen are going to take over the world. Take over the worlds. Because you look at the end portal, you go into it, you fight the Ender Dragon, you kill them, and you can fight them again. If you get I forget how to make them, but you can make end crystals, and you can place them back onto the pedestals in the end. Up here. And then you can fight the Ender Dragon again. It'll give you either more XP, it can give you more loot, more stuff to get. And it'll give you another egg. You can fight the Ender Dragon multiple times. And the egg was always just sort of a trophy, but now it actually has a use. We can fight the Ender Dragon again at the same place over and over and over. And the end cities were basically taken over. I mean, I know it's all color coding and stuff like that. Like, the end cities were made to look like their Ender Dragon homes, or Enderman homes, because they're purple and black. And also the end stone, it's white, or yellow. And it makes it look like this is their home, but I think they terraformed the Earth, or the Skylands, or the Aether. I don't know really what to call it, but they terraformed it to make it their home. And not only do Endermen have a purpose of actually using stairs or anything, they can just teleport around. Like, you think they would just have floating homes like this ship over here. They wouldn't actually have any stairs. They just have floating towers, floating houses, and stuff like that. But no, they actually have stairs all the way down to the bottom. And it makes me think that these guys took over the home. Like, the people that used to live here used to live around on the ground, walking around, maybe getting the trees, cutting down trees, and then they'd have just a home base, or a ground floor, and they just climb all the way up. Now these are weird stairs, and maybe it's supposed to be look like it's degraded, but and then you go to the ship. The ship has massive amounts of loot. It has shulkers, which are very deadly, especially in the end. And they have a potion stand. Usually they have some potions in them. And then they have chests, such as like beetroot seeds. And what would the Enderman need with seeds as well? And they also have shovels. They have tools, iron armor, or diamond armor, iron, gold, or a saddle. And they also have the elytra wings. And now, why would Endermen need elytra wings? They don't need to fly. They can already teleport. And they don't need... they just don't need them. Unless the elytra wings were seen as a trophy by the people here before. They would take, basically, the wings from an Ender Dragon and turn it into wings they could glide with. And also, it's just a big theory for me. I see it and I'm thinking this can all be connected. and I'm not really sure if it can. I'm not sure if many of you will believe it, and also, I'm not sure if it even makes sense. But it is just very, very weird how this all fits together for me. Or how I see it, how it all fits together. And I just really think that the Endermen are basically going to take over the Minecraft world. Now I know like Minecraft doesn't have a storyline, but they do have Minecraft story mode, and that's nothing really involved with like actual survival. There's like a civilization and everything. But in this, it's just you. Especially on single player, it's just you. And so I don't know, maybe the Endermen thought this is their world, they see a new being, which is you, in the world that they need to combat. And then you go to their world, the end, and you kill them. And it just makes me think, they are preparing for something, and the end is not their home world. It may not be their original world. And they're in the overworld, and they're in the nether. And it makes me think that the nether is going to have some more in the future. I mean, if it were an actual story mode, it would have more in the future. And, well, that's basically it. I think this could really be a big thing. Like, I don't know if it can actually have any story behind it, but it just seems like the Endermen are taking over the worlds. They have them in the overworld, in the end, and in the nether. In the end, they have the most presence. Overworld is next, and then the nether is least. With this, that basically means that, and also daylight. Daylight as well. Daylight during the overworld, they also teleport wherever. They could teleport to the end, they could teleport to the nether. The nether has no daylight or nighttime. There's just mobs everywhere all the time. And neither does the end. So I'm thinking either they're going to take over the nether and the end, then head straight for the overworld when they can. Now I know all this probably just seems a bit crazy, like that'll never happen and stuff like that. I mean, I know it's probably not gonna, because it is Minecraft. It doesn't really have a story mode behind it. But I just want to have some sort of lore behind all this. And it just makes me feel like, oh, Minecraft has more of a purpose than just killing, building, and limitless creativity and imagination. And that's the thing. My imagination is running with this. So, that's basically it. And if you want to see this for yourself, you can easily just make a ender portal, nether portal, and just find a random enderman around the overworld. And also, it is decently hard to find an enderman in the nether. And just go to one of the end cities, see for yourself, see if you believe this or not. Anyways, that's it. And also, yeah, I did borrow his computer. Anyways, bye.